Okay, I'm just going to do a couple of my Cardiff City poems. This first one's called Crowd Scouts. Because he always knew they existed and watched him walking, confident in big blue denim coat and sometimes LS cap. Watched the way he took his place amongst the ranks, always made sure he looked the part, always in the ball bank at the back. Because he knew they saw his thrill for the occasion, how he was ready every time to celebrate a goal, his skill at keeping hot coffee steady and a fag. But what he guessed at most was they'd seen him kicking bottle tops and Tesco bags, skim them past posts, loving each game, shouting don't stop, attack. He always sensed that what these scouts wanted was not some fresh-faced schoolboy, but a passionate 38-year-old to outpace the Jacks. So though he feigned complete surprise to receive a letter to say, Mr. Fisk, you're signed, he knew the team would now be better with Nicky Fisk filling the gap. Okay, this next one is about last season and it's called Missed Out. He applauded the last and the away team's third at the last ever game at Ninian Park. We missed out on the playoffs, have you heard? The manner in which it happened was quite absurd. The extent of the collapse was clearly stark. We ended up 7th when we could have been 3rd. On the last day was as many had feared. Cardiff failed to make their mark. Pipped by Preston seemed totally weird. 3 games before, a 6-0 loss was incurred. The players, it would seem, had lost their spark and suddenly everything was kind of blurred. But still, not to make it seemed absurd. A draw with charm before back to Nin Park and hope that the players had now been spurred. But when Ipswich knocked in the last and their 3rd, the world seemed suddenly incredibly dark. This is just surreal. How could it have occurred? No longer feel like being a bluebird, especially with the closing of Ninian Park. If it hadn't been for the away team's 3rd, we'd have made the playoffs. Haven't you heard?